Butler and Duke getting ready to play the national championship game. They're out warming up, slam dunking, doing their layup drills. They go into the locker room for their final instructions, their motivational speech from the coach. They're in there, they're fired up. It's time for the game to start. The players then come back out, they're introduced. The starting five, each team out in the center of the court. The ref ready to throw the basketball up to begin the game, and they realize somebody had removed the baskets from both ends of the court. Now what are they going to do? Dribble around, pass the ball to one another, but they can't score. There's no goals. There's no baskets. Now, I realize that's a silly example, foolish maybe, but think of it this way. I believe many people are living their lives just like that. No goals. We're dribbling around. We have nothing to shoot at. How do we know if we succeed? Without a goal, how do you know? How do you keep score? You can't. You have to have goals. So today, I want to help you with this. A personal growth plan. This is available at www.shop.blessthenations.com. You can get one of these today. Now, I'm going to explain it to you. And so if you decide to get one, it'll give you some instructions on how to use it. I have found it to be very helpful for me in my own personal life for many years. So I'm not just dribbling around, but I'm actually accomplishing something. Now, let's get started with it. It starts with a personal mission statement. Do you have one? You should have one. A personal mission statement. What is it? Well, it's something that describes what you want to become. Not so much what you want to do, but what you want to become. So it's not focused on activities. What do you want to become? I think it's important when we think about something like this that we understand what God's ultimate vision is. You know, I've heard it said, your personal mission statement, you could maybe think of it as, what do you want written on your tombstone? Well, yeah, that's a good thought maybe, but even better is, does your personal mission statement line up with God's ultimate vision? Let me read you God's ultimate vision. Revelation 7, verses 9 and 10. After these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude which no one could count, from every nation and all tribes and peoples and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, and palm branches were in their hands. And they cry out with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. That's God's ultimate vision. So here's what I believe. If your personal mission statement lines up with God's ultimate vision, or it's a small part of seeing His vision accomplished, you can expect His favor on your life, and you will succeed. So make sure it lines up with God's ultimate vision. Now, another thing about your personal mission statement, it's basically an emotional statement because it needs to describe the passions of your heart. What is your heart beating for? What do you want to see accomplished? What is most important in your life? Your heart beats for this. That will help you in writing and in developing your personal mission statement to find out what is your heart most passionate for. Now, keep in mind, your personal mission statement is not a prison. No, it's a process. It is not a prison. It can adjust. It can change. So, you have to have something to begin with, though, okay? So let's develop a personal mission statement, realizing that through the months and the years that come, it may change some. That's fine, but let's at least get started. Here's just a couple examples of personal mission statements. To love God with all my heart, love people as best I can, and love life by living it to the fullest. Or here's another one. To develop the qualities of faithfulness and integrity in my relationships with my family, friends, and the Lord. I can give you other examples, but the main thing here is the personal mission statement describes the passion of your heart in about maybe 2 or 3 sentences. It needs to be short, okay? Your personal mission statement. You want to work on that. The second aspect of this personal growth plan then is to establish priorities. Some priorities in your life in the areas of spiritual, family and friends, your calling or career, your finances, your physical life, your mental life. Establishing priorities. What is most important in your life? Establish these priorities. Once you have done that, the priorities help you in decision making. They help you say no to the many other opportunities that come at you. If you say yes to everything, what ends up happening is you basically water it down on what you can accomplish in your life. I heard Zig Ziglar say one time, we need to become a meaningful specific and not a wandering generality. How do we do that? We establish priorities in our life that we will not compromise on. And then the third step, you've got your personal mission statement. You've established priorities. Now you set specific goals toward accomplishing these priorities and your personal mission statement. Now these goals need to be measurable and they need to be accomplishable. Cool word. You need to be able to accomplish them. Here is a grid that I like to use in establishing or setting my goals. First, the first point with your goals, they need to be viable. V-I-A-B-L-E. What I mean by that is it needs to be reasonable. For example, if I set a personal goal to become the heavyweight champion of the world, that is not viable. I'm too old, too small, too out of shape. I would get killed in the ring with a boxer. So that is not a viable goal. Your goals need to be reasonable. What can you accomplish? But they also need to be, I is inspiring. They need to stretch you a little bit. It needs to be a little beyond what you could accomplish on your own so that the Lord does His thing. You do what's possible, then God does what's impossible. So they need to be inspiring. Third, specific. Specific. The best way for goals to become specific is to write them down. That, and also, are they measurable? The goals need to be specific. Number 4, incremental. Again, Zig Ziglar said this, by the mile it's a trial, by the inch it's a cinch. Incremental means break it down. Your goals short term, medium, long term. You have goals for today and for the next few months. You have goals for the year and you have 5-year or maybe even 10-year goals. Incremental, break it down, break it down. Oh, others focused. This is what distinguishes a personal growth plan from a get-rich-quick or success-oriented type of a plan where it's all about you. It's not all about you. It's just not all about you. It's all about Him. And one of the ways of making sure we keep that in perspective is to focus on other people or adding value to other people. Last one, N is never give up. Never give up. This is vision. This is the grid that I like to use in establishing my personal goals. I have a commitment to never give up. So, viable, inspiring, specific, incremental, others focused, and never give up. That is evaluate your goal. So these are just some ideas. Some ideas of developing or helping to develop this personal growth plan. Please don't just dribble through life. Have a specific mission, priorities, and goals to accomplish. You can get started on this. Get your copy at www.shop.blessthenations.com. Get your copy today and get started. Thanks.